Hello friends, Arthur here, and this is showcase number 74, as always hosted by Ronan, and we start with Zephyr by Moxter, and I really love colors, but the track we saw, it's even worse than nice, and as first track, it's pretty hard. It's all about line, aiming, speed, and catching wind. Two most hard, annoying part involve fans, and I was just really lucky to finish it once. All my other attempts, I was really failing literally on this bank curve between checkpoint 4 and 5. But finish is a finish. What in the silly is this? Oiler by Oiler94. And really I want to call this track RNG jumping track, but probably RNG it will be only for me. There definitely could be a pattern and potentially you can find it. You can catch the wave of jumping all these hills, bumps in ideal part, landing smoothly without any bounce, which should give you the best time, the best speed. For me, the most hard part was these small bumps between checkpoint 2 and 3, the last checkpoint 4 thing. I would say I was just flying and praying not to crash, and right at the end I was just hoping that I didn't lose my wheels and I didn't hit the finish poles, barriers, which I really hope not to kick. But again, at my several attempts I saw people with one wheel. I don't know, did anyone finish without any wheels? If you do, please let me know in a comment how lucky he was. Only 3 turns by OG Games, and this is not problem of your YouTube or anything, this is the track. The feature is basically it's put so far from 0 point of the editor that it creates this effect. It's not the first track who did it, but it's always really hard. It's only annoyingly built this way. Yeah, I don't know how it's impact FPS of the people, but it's still hard, even if it's just 3 turns. Also, there was a discussion during the 5-minute track. Is it was a Unity problem, or it's a limitation of the game, or how it's overall built? I honestly don't know. I just know that year and a half ago it was the thing, and we have so many tracks with this effect. Mortis Land by Mortishade, and probably this is third my non-favorite surface, grass. Honestly, I don't know, is the yellow grass difference from green about grip, or is just painted in this way? But I finished this track just once, and for me it's all because the last part of this track, it's basically speed check. For probably most of the players it won't be, at least player who finish it, but I was struggling to do, and on my really first attempt I didn't get it. I just fell right near the finish, 2 meters, because I was out of speed. I was 3 speed and timeout of speed were finished, so yeah, die right near the finish. I really hope that my body fall there, but nah. Pegs and Poles by Variable Parrot. Not so really hard track if you compare with previous one, but it's also have its tricks. For me, the first thing that catch me on guard, it was bank turn after checkpoint 2 with arrow. I was too high on one of my first attempts, and it just sent me in the air, and you can't go there. Second, and probably the most hard part, where I failed pretty constantly, except 2 or 3 attempts, it's the jump and transition to checkpoint 4 and finish. If you do it with bad speed, with wrong angle, you crash and you will not finish this track. Umber Glade by Water Bites. I really enjoy this track. It's not really hard. It's all about lines and not get smoke from your tires. Following lines. Probably this was the first track where I follow the line from my first attempt, and it did. Especially it helped me after checkpoint 5 of wall raid. I did it from my first attempt. It was pretty slow, but at least I made it. I have enough speed. Several players complained that this transition to wall raid wasn't ideal. Yeah, probably this is an after idea, because you can use like the quarter pipe and it would be like even smoother. But yeah. Alien Takeover by Dapper Duck, and well, this is the only track that I didn't finish during this showcase. And to be honestly, it's not Dapper Duck fault or cause, because I believe this is the most approachable Dapper Duck track that I played for a while. Like in most cases, it's doable, and I did several mistakes, which like was on me. It was completely my fault. I didn't steer enough or steer too much. I should be steering less after checkpoint like 17-18. I just miscalculated my angle. Stupid mistake, but I believe if I would do it, I would easily take the last 2 checkpoints and jump to the finish. It's pretty wide, so it's doable. As you saw, a lot of players finish this track, so yeah, can't complain on Dapper Duck and his love to kakky tracks. Rocky Isle by Mao and Road Absrad. At the beginning, not really fast track. I was more thinking this is like really technical one. You need to remember your line, remember your, or not your, but all turns of the track, because the angle, the barriers, you not really see much of the track. You need to somehow predict the track or remember what and how you need to do. I felt like several times, even when after I finish after checkpoint 5, I wasn't go left to checkpoint 6. I was just trying to go straight, and because this is a really sharp turn or sharp angle downhill, I fell several times. At my best attempt, I really was lucky to use GTR mode, because it shows your ghost and it's helped me to understand where I need to go, and I was improving just near the finish line. But each time when I was faster than my ghost, I usually crashed, just because it was really hard for me to remember each turn for this track. I need some pills for increase my memory. Dragoon MK2 by Dragon Shadow, and it's similar to one of the tracks that was used for one of the ZSL, like I don't know, like 4 or 5 months ago. Honestly, I don't remember, was this track also done by Dragon Shadow? Oh, it was another after who create the first version of Dragon track. But this one, it wasn't really hard. It was a really nice deco. It was like Rubber Dragon. For me, the problematic was like balls these downhill turns with fans. For me, it's really hard to calculate the perfect angle to go down. I was hitting, I don't know how you can call them, fangs of the dragon, or like skin, part of the skin. Procrastination by Go Big Go Hot Wheels. I would say for me, there are 2 problematic parts on this track. The first one is the transition from wall ride after checkpoint 2 to the road. If you will try to steer a lot, you definitely will crash, because you will lose grip and it's just throw you from the track. Another part, it's like outer pipe and transition from the outer pipe. Like, I really don't like all these wavy pipe parts. It's drive me crazy. Transition from it was hard, and to the next element, it's really easy to crash there. I did it several times. It's just throw your front right wheel and you just crash. Top Bank Spicy Pillow by Poop Sheriff. And well, I really don't like tracks with speed checks, because speed check cut people with basically low experience or experience level that after want or think, and also all this medal except probably like after and gold are irrelevant, because to make this final jump you need to have 183 speed, but if you will have less you can get just like around gold medal. You can't have like time 34 silver medal and made this speed jump because you need to preserve all speed starting from the beginning. The Reef by Riddle. Love decoration. It's all like inside the water. At least it's not changed the physics, like not like floaty. It's done pretty nice. Really fun and scary element for me was this narrow wall ride part with the wind. Like each time I hold the breath because it's really easy to fall off. Like just slightly turn left, right or wrong angle. It's narrow with a lot of speed and you can easily fall off. Transition into the pipe to checkpoint 6 with a lot of speed, with wrong angle you can crash into the pipe, basically hitting the upper part of the pipe, and also like you need to be really careful. All this transition like banking jumps, yeah, it's all about precise. You need to have a really nice angle, decent amount of speed. Without it you will definitely crash, and it is really easy to crash there, but still pretty fun track. Chef Shawen, I hope I pronounce this correctly because this is a real city in Morocco. When I started this track I thought, okay, this is some kind of really vibey city, and for some reason thought that this was real. I saw it somewhere and it is. It's a real city in Morocco and it's all made like really of different shade of blue. I probably take picture from internet of this town, put it somewhere here just to show it. Hope there won't be problem with after rates for the picture. As of track, nice, nothing extremely hard. It's just really tight turns, tight streets and no errors. I spent 2 attempts just to find the correct turns, but the last jump is pretty doable. Oculus Rubber by Kakky. Hopefully I pronounce it correctly, because one of the after correct me. I believe it was Mima01A, and yeah, it's really hard because like I don't want to mess up with names, but if I'm wrong, just put it in the comments and I hope I remember it and next time I will pronounce it correctly. As of track, well, I believe this is a like really theme track, so the color is here for this reason, but I would say all these chain are not really hard. For me, the hardest part was transition to wall ride, and then you need to do the correct like landing jump from this wall ride and try to aim to one of the 2 risky finish. All risky, I believe, give you at least a second. Alhi Dodex by Bentonchias. I don't know, I didn't look at this track from like photo mode. Is it like a bar or restaurant or cafe or club or even a ship? I don't know. But it's really scaled. It's all about speed, all about finding the road, because you can cut a lot through all these tables under the legs, and I believe it's all about like preserving speed and finding the correct line in this like semi-open track and the landing after the jump on the table. This is the 2 main things for this track. Daydream by Tiger, Dapper Duck and Headsea. And well, this is the second track that Dapper Duck was involved, and well, it was pretty approachable, pretty doable. Even this outer pipe part wasn't really hard because it's mostly like straight part. Probably the transition from the wall ride into the spiral. Dapper Duck was used already several times, so it wasn't like unexpected thing for me. So yeah, and probably small drift near the checkpoint 12 and 13 also helped me not to crash and go off the track to the right. And I can easily went on this really long uphill into the finish. Turkey 20, Undying by Just Maki, and this is quite interesting track. So it's a soap wheels, and from my understanding, it's again slightly RNG, but there's like a tactic. You must be hit of like cars, and they must push you with as much speed as possible could be to the end of the road. And also you need to land and not crash. I did it, at least somehow I did it, and I'm happy. And again, this is a perfect last track. It's have a lot of time to ask you all to not forget to subscribe if you're not, leave likes, leave comments about tracks. Did you love them? Did you not? Did your thoughts about like OGL tracks, OLR RNG tracks, and the product track? Is it was easy, and as always, see you next time. Bye.